Okay, real quick before we get into the video, I just want to thank you for clicking on this video. It really means a lot to me. To my returning viewers, there is a little message for you at the end of the video. If you're just stopping by, welcome in and enjoy. So a lot of this dev update is actually for predator encounters, so that's what most of the features are going to be focused on. So let's get into that. Okay, so let's do a predator encounter. Okay, so let's assess the situation. So we got 1, 2, 3, we got 5 guys up here. Okay, so no one's underneath me. Let's see. I think we'll just kind of have to wait for them to not be so grouped up. Or we could throw smoke. Or my grapple can just be dumb. Okay. So let's see. There we go. There we go. There we go. We'll get back up here. Let's see. Let's see. Where's that guy? There's that guy right there. Stuart looking away. Let's go for it. Come on. There we go. Okay, we'll just go for this guy. Or not. Ah. Got him. Isn't there another guy? Oh, I guess not. Okay. Pretty cool, huh? So, the main thing that took the longest for this dev update is the enemies. So, the reason is because there were some behaviors I had made that didn't work very well, or there were some detection things that didn't work, and so I had to rewrite a whole bunch of stuff. But anyways, we have it now. So these are the enemies. You'll notice that they have randomized or variants or textures or skins or whatever. Something really cool about them is that the clothing that they're wearing is completely dependent of their skin tone and hair color. So there are 25 variants, and if I wanted to use those same variant textures on a different enemy, I totally could without having to make 25 different skins. So the clothing and the skin and hair are separate from each other. So when these get into your hands, you can add your own texture for what they're wearing without having to deal with all of the variants for, you know, hair and skin color. So, yeah. So the way that the silent knockouts or silent takedowns work is that as long as they can't see you, or as long as you haven't been found yet, you can sneak up behind them and you'll see a like Batman symbol show up above their head. So this means you're close enough to do a takedown. So with that, you just right click them and then they'll fall to the ground, you know. Let's get another angle of that. So I come up close to them, then the icon shows up, and then I'll do that. Currently there's no 3D animation for the player quite yet for that takedown, but hopefully that will be coming in future updates. So with the map design of Predator encounters, I noticed that with the Arkham games, they have like goal areas or areas that they should walk to and stay for a little bit. And I've tried to emulate that in Minecraft for this add-on. Of course, we're not trying to copy the Arkham games completely, but I thought it was a very elegant way of making sure that the player can easily predict what the enemies are going to do. So This is not in the creative inventory, but you can use the give command, and it is the enemy gold block. It's invisible. So the way that this works is you place it down, and you'll see nothing happens because there's no block, but if you hold the stick, our handy dandy stick as we've been calling it, you'll see that there is an end rod particle where that is. So what you'll want to do is you'll just place those at all of your points that you want the enemies to walk towards and stay at, and then you can add in your enemies, and then what they'll do is they'll walk to that point. I'll ignore the blue flame particles, and then after a little bit they should move to a different point in the area. So you'll see he'll walk over there, and then he stays put right there. So that was just another thing for the predator encounters. I'll throw a little video up on screen of all of them in that original predator room that I showed off at the beginning of the video. So you'll see where all of them are in a fully made room. The next thing I want to show you guys is the grapple gun. So in the previous updates, they kind of worked. It kind of worked, not very well, especially when it comes to the predator encounters where it's a very enclosed space and they wouldn't work correctly, like they would grapple you into the ceiling and stuff like that. So they've been completely reworked right from the ground up, and we've got a new texture for it as well. So here's the original, here's what it looks like now. And it has a, oh well, now I've got to go grab it. It has a 3D model to go with it, of course, we love those. And you'll notice the sort of selection box that it's making when I hold it, and let's show you how that works. Okay, so the way it works now is that you can grapple at the same height as you, or you can pretty much grapple anywhere. But what it does is when you grapple, it'll make sure you stand on top of the block that you grapple to. So if I go back that way, then I can go back that way, and there's of course a cooldown now. Something else really cool is that
the way that works, it checks the block that you're looking at, make sure it's solid. It checks the block above it, the block in front of that block, and the block closest to you on that one level. I know it sounds super complicated.
Anyways, the cool thing about it is that I've been able to make it so that you can grapple to like trapdoors and stuff. So if I grapple to this, you'll see it opens the trapdoor, and then I can get through like that. So that's the new stuff with the grapple hook. And then here we have the new suit for this dev update, the Battinson suit, the Batman 2022 suit. I took some pictures of it and made some edits of it and a model of the Batmobile that I'll throw up on screen right now, and I think it's really cool. He's probably one of my favorite Batmans, so let's try it on. So here we go. Here is the Battinson suit. Another thing I was able to add in this dev cycle was some new movement upgrades. So let's get into that. So this is something that the Arkham games have that I wanted to add into the add-on, and it's like crawling into crawl spaces or getting into crawl spaces. So like right now you can't go into there. You need to have like a trapdoor or something to get you in there. But with this, all you have to do is walk up to the wall or the space that you want to go into and right click. So you can right click the wall or right click the floor or whatever. But yeah, that's the new crawling mechanics. The next thing is slow fall. This was suggested to me by Redacted. That's I'm not like redacting their name. That's just what their name was on YouTube. We were doing a live stream. They thought it was a good idea to add like the slow fall thing from the Arkham games, where from great heights you just fall down and then you pull your cape out and you slowly fall. So with this, there you go, nice soft landing. And you'll see that in the Predator encounter, that when I jump off of the gargoyles, you can see it adds slow falling. So yeah, that's the new movement tech. So another thing that I added was the new camera poses. So now you'll be able to add a pose to the character when you are in camera mode, so you can get those cool shots you've always been wanting to make. So let's show that off. So first, as always, we'll line up the shot and we'll do camera mode. That'll save the view and position. And then what we'll want to do is get into place, and then we'll do camera mode start as usual. And then you'll notice I am not really on screen, and I'm a little bit up to the top, and that's because the pose I want to do is a little bit lower. So we'll do camera mode pose 1. And then you can see I'm doing sort of a crouched pose. This one's inspired by the Arkham City promotional art, so you'll kind of see that sort of influence. There's pose 2. There we go. And this one is more so inspired by the Dark Knight Returns pose, if I remember correctly, where he's like on a cord or electrical line or chain or something. And then pose 3 is kind of off screen. Let's fix that. There we go. So pose 3 is going to be sort of like a batarang throw or a smoke bomb throw or whatever. So you can see when I pull the batarang, it'll be right there. So yeah, that's the new posing for camera mode. Okay, so this is the part for my returning viewers. Sorry it's been so long. There were things that came up in real life that I needed to take care of. There's just work getting a little bit busy, and just lots of things keeping me from doing the add-on. And, a lot of this, sprint, you could say, a lot of this dev cycle has been the enemies and reworking the grappling gun and fixing models and animations and all that stuff. And so there was a lot of work that was done, but when it comes down to it, there's not a lot to show for it. And this is sort of a teaching moment, I think, when you look at any video game. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. There's a lot of stuff that you just don't see as a player. And, developers spend like their work days. They're like, that's what they're paid to do. They spend, 8+ hours a day, well, maybe not 8+, but, they spend whole shifts just working on problems that may not even be done within the day. And that's where I found myself during this last dev cycle, is there are big problems that need solutions, but there's no easy way around it. I just have to figure it out. So that's why this may seem a little bit disjointed in what I'm showing, or there was not a lot of communication in the Discord. It's just there was so much stuff behind the scenes that was making it really hard to show things to you guys. But going forward, I think we're going to do 1, maybe 2 videos a month. and that will be the plan going forward. I promised that I would get this video out like a week ago, and last week went, and so now I was like, I should get it done and post it this week. So I'm sorry for that. And going forward, it's really only going to be 1 to 2 showcase videos per month because I don't feel like I can deliver more, you know. So, yeah. We'll see you in the next one.